So as you pass through the veil and the shadow engulfs you, it feels like particulated cold moisture brushing across your body, but leaving no trace of its essence. And then you step out into, surprisingly, a gloomy but bright day. And before you, spread out for as far as you can see in every direction, is not the remainder of this isthmus that connects these two continents together. There's no beach nearby. There's nothing. This is a very strange amalgamation of time and space. There are buildings that seem to be floating into the air and then shattering into pieces, and individual bricks spiraling off into the distance. There are parks that are kind of tilted off to the side and fighting against gravity as they slowly rotate around. And everything seems to be spiraling off in the distance in almost like this slow moving hurricane towards a massive tower. A tall, white, marbling structure that stretches high into the heavens and is shattered into three pieces, about 3/4 of the way up, broken in half, that side tilting over and hanging like a broken weather vane, tilting around the base. And then at the very top, a gym-like construction, still sputtering light every occasional moment, like Cockney from that, kind of tilting off in a different opposing helix spiral. You are in what a historian may call the city of Spiral, a place where time, space, and all things that have found their way into the Veil are congruent here. And, well, as you all kind of take in the sights of what you're seeing before you, suddenly you realize that Alistair, the guardian for Devon, has collapsed to the ground.
It's
and
such a loud sound.
just a clatter of armor. As soon as the kind of the veil dissipates behind you, if you turn around, the veil itself is almost like the reverse. So like it has this black towering cloud from outside, but on the inside, it is this white, imposing cloud that seems to stretch up into the horizon. But Alistair clatters in a tumble of armor and sword just as soon as your feet touch ground. What would you all like to do?
I go to examine Alistair and motion for Devon to come join me.
Yeah,
but I'm acting calm. I'm acting calm because I don't want to like freak out anybody, specifically maybe the child here.
Who is freaked out and is oh my God, Alistair.
I'll just put a hand on her shoulder and be like, breathe, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's examine him together.
I cast Detect Evil and Good from my wand.
Okay. Lenari, are you looking for anything magical in essence or medicinal in essence?
I'm pretty sure it's I'm pretty sure it's magical. So I will do, I think Lenari would know enough to like, at least recognize Detect Evil and Good as a spell, right?
Yeah, you immediately see the
like
spell being cast.
Basic.
Yeah, it's a level 1, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Then let me do for my staff. Let me do protection from evil and good to see if that does anything.
Perfect. What is the range on Detect Evil and Good, Devon? Do you know right off the top? I got it right here, 30 feet.
Which one?
I've got it. So immediately, like this, your vision kind of goes white for a second, and there's almost like this like orb of light energy that spreads out from you in 30 feet in every direction. And Alistair does not ping as being under the effects of any kind of fey, fiend, undead energy or celestial energy. However, there is like there is not a tether, but there's like a essence of celestial that just kind of drifts off Alistair. But you also see that on yourself as well. If you were to look at yourself, there's that remnant energy of Bellinor kind of coming off of you as well, and in fact brighter off of you than it is off of Alistair. Lenaria, the protection from evil and good, which will last for a while, is probably a smart choice, because Devin, at the very far end range of your 30 feet, you guys are kind of up on this ridge that goes down before it rises up towards the massive city that's spiraling off into the sky behind in front of you. You just kind of catch like almost like outlines of entities that are moving through shattered buildings, not large devils or demons, but you get like a fey or fiendish energy coming from like small like little packs of entities that are moving at the edge of your vision, but are then, the moment Lenaria casts that protection, there's like almost like this like reverberating that kind of spreads out, and you see like rats scattering from light. Those entities kind of spread off in either direction, but it does not appear as if Alistair is under the effects of any kind of negative magical effects.
Devin starts panicking because she thinks that the goodness is being leached from him, that the luminosity is actually his essence being sucked away.
Oh no.
and of her. So she has a panic attack.
I signal to the other two to fucking deal with that. And I will do just a medicine check.
Sure.
now,
Okay, go ahead and roll a medicine check.
If this does not seem to be immediately magical to me. That is a 16.
16. So Morrison and Ajara, as Lenaria focuses energy in your direction, like deal with Devin. Devin is having a panic attack. What are you two doing?
I'm going to look down at Devin. I'm going to say, darling, you're making a spectacle of yourself. And
I forgot. Hey, I forgot.
Blanche Devereaux.
I forgot.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Can I use my herbalism kit to have like a mild, like, not like a sedative, but just a
aromatherapy.
A placebo, honestly.
Sure.
Just like, you know.
Okay. Make a deception check for me, please, against Devin's passive. Because I don't think Devin is in a panic attack. I would assume passive insight versus actively inciting Devin.
19.
19. Oh gosh, you got a beat a 19.
It's a natural 1.
Okay, so
a 2.
Yeah, so Morrison,
you know what? Honestly, no, you could tell her heart's not really in it. She's just like, let me, and she's like got some rolling paper out and is like sprinkling some stuff in it, and it's just like, you can see on her face, she's like, can't believe I'm wasting this on you right now. Like,
you're rolling a joint for Devin. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Perfect. Ajara, what are you
Devin
doing?
cast detect magic on Alistair.
Okay. So Lenaria,
Okay. If I see Devin start to cast, can I do something?
Yeah, absolutely. You can.
I fucking grab her hands and I go, "We will need your magic later. Hold, please."
And since you can't do the somatic components,
It's from my wand.
I promise you, we might need it later. Wait.
Okay. Ajara, are you helping?
I jammed the herbal cig in your lips, and then like
let Ajara, the
snap my
actual
fingers.
parent, do something, please.
Snap my fingers to light it. He was like, "Come on, baby, take a hit. It's gonna be a rough ride."
Yeah. So Ajara, you're seeing Morrison try to pass weed on to Devin, who's having a panic attack. What do you do?
Devin tries it, and as someone who has never smoked before in her life, instantly starts losing it because she now can't breathe. And is
coughing and crying like a baby. Yeah, for sure. And I'm holding her hand so she can't cover her mouth, so it really is like a baby.
Yeah, I'm more focused on the entities moving in the shadow. So, I trust.
Bitch, melt down on your own time.
Yeah, they can handle this. Lenaria.
Yeah, with your passive perception, Ajara, you can see like what appear to be like small little like mostly four-legged creatures, but they are scaled, some with like horns and weird constructions on their heads that are skittering away from where your group currently stands.
Okay, so they're not hidden this way.
No, the Lenaria's protection from good and evil kind of it only protects one person, but it does have this kind of effect on these very low level fiends that they kind of scatter from. What they detect is a powerful entity that just appeared.
Okay, so I'll ask Lenaria: is the issue magical or?
So.
Trying to find out.
Yeah, so your medicine check, Lenaria, you're looking over Alistair while Ajara is asking this question, and what you can kind of detect from this, breathing shallow, but not like deathly shallow, rapid eye movement occurring. For all intents and purposes, it looks like Alistair has fallen into a deep and dream-filled sleep.
He's just unconscious. This spell does not last forever. We cannot wait for him. Ajara, can you carry him?
Devin starts to try and drag him with her 9 strength.
Did I say Devin? I said Ajara.
We gotta do something. We gotta get out of here.
You hold. Ajara, can you carry him?
Drops the arm.
To carry him. What's the Mersanda? Morsand.
I think that's in character.
Oh, sorry.
Who are you? What's your name?
You want to grab the legs, and I will grab the upper half.
Well, let's just put him on the broom.
How fucking big is he?
Yeah,
he's in full armor that's heavy enough that he is disadvantaged.
And he is also wearing
None
armor.
of us are strong. No.
No strong boys.
Wait. Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna swing him up onto the broom.
Okay, yeah, the broom can absolutely carry Alistair.
Thank you.
I can't believe y'all would make a woman like me walk.
I don't even acknowledge that.
So once you get them up, as the leader of the group, Lenaria, I assume you just immediately start heading off in the direction of the tower.
I mean, like, I wait for people to get situated, and I will. I'll look at Devin. Does she still seem to be panicking and like very upset?
Let's roll for panic attack.
God, me.
That's so real.
Me when I smoke weed. Am I right?
That's an 11. So she's not getting worse. She is maybe starting to flatline where she is. So it's not getting worse. She can follow instructions.
I'm going to take her hand and I'll look at her and I go, "I'm sorry for snapping. That was wrong. He's going to be okay. Let's keep going together, right?"
Keep going, yes. Keep going. Keep going.
And I'll hold her hand while I move forward, and kind of let like her like be right behind me, and lack of like Alistair being kind of right in front of her.
Oh, actually, Marathon, if you want to fly the broom, I can just put him on the back of my dragon.
Oh, finally, someone with the decency of a gentleman, and so yeah,
he won't be able to fly, but at least he can.
Yeah. The moment Ajara says, "I can put it on the back of the dragon goes, "The fuck?" In Draconic, so only Ajara can understand it, I think. Although I think Lenaria speaks Draconic, so
it'll be fine. We have to do our part, so.
He kind of sidles up and you slide Alistair over onto the dragon, and the dragon kind of lifts off a little bit and is hovering next to you all. So as you all begin to move deeper in, Ajara, make a perception check for the group because you have the highest perception. And Alistair, the moment you cleared through the veil, It was almost like there was a dam that had been built up in your mind, holding back a string of memories. And the moment you cleared and stepped foot back into this space, the dam didn't just release, it didn't break. The dam vanished. And that deluge of memory and that had been held back either by choice or by the nature of this place that you find yourself in, suddenly washed over you. And you fell unconscious. And what you see, string of memories, all of which took place in this place. You see yourself standing on this exact kind of copse of land overlooking the spiraling city before you. You suddenly realize that like fading into existence beside you on this copse is a familiar figure. Sandy blonde hair, kind of in a single braid down the side, endless smiles, a staff clutched in her hand, wearing very similar garb to Devin. And your sister turns and looks at you and says, "They said that the journey might be difficult. I don't think that we've run into any problems yet."
We're both chosen, right? So hopefully it's for a reason.
All right. And as you kind of take a step off the copse, she begins to kind of follow behind you. But it's strange because the moment she steps, her visage changes. And now she is a kind of tan to darker skinned woman with a shaved head, intricate tattoo designs, of kind of whitish ink across her head, wearing the same kind of Lightbringer garb. And she doesn't carry a staff. She has this kind of mace that's clipped to her side. And she's stepping in the exact space that Dahlia was going to step. And now behind you, there are two other figures. There is two men, both dressed for combat, one kind of in a darker armor, another one in Radiant Legion style gear, both with swords at their hips. And this second Lightbringer, who is in Dahlia's space, kind of turns to you and says, "Did you make it much farther than this the last time you were here?"
Yes, we did.
Well,
We should be vigilant.
the two, one of the men behind you goes, "And besides, you've got us with you this time. I think we can get you all the way there."
Exactly. We're more than prepared.
And one of them kind of nudges the other one, and he goes, "Timmelt, you've got to remember, this is Alistair's mission." And the other one kind of looks at Timmelt and goes, "I'm just ribbing, you know." And as a group, you kind of step off from this, and this memory kind of fades to white. And then suddenly you're standing inside of this like shattered church. And there's beautiful stained glass. Like this used to have a massive stained glass depiction of the nine. But the stained glass itself has been shattered, but the individual pieces are just floating and rotating in space. So it's almost like you took a stained glass window and just kind of peeled it apart in space, but then just let the elements free float. And Dahlia is looking up at it, and she's like, "Imagine what it would look like if the light could actually catch it."
It would be beautiful.
She goes and she kind of takes your hand and she says, "Alistair, here." And you suddenly see like the light energy build up around her. You see the luminosity build up on you. And then she kind of looks at the stained glass and focuses the energy from both of your luminosity. And this like beam of sunlight flies up and hits the center, the symbol of Bellinor at the center of the stained glass. And there's a cascading reverberation of rainbow light all around this interior of this shattered church. And it's dancing and playing everywhere. And then suddenly the rainbow vanishes, and the second Lightbringer is kind of stepping up to an altar. She's looking at it. She's like, "There's blood here. It doesn't seem fresh."
Do you think that if the light hit that right, it would be beautiful?
She kind of looks back at it. She goes, "I don't know if we have time to consider such things, Alistair. We need to get to the tower."
It was.
She looks at you. Timmelt and Pellinor kind of share a look. And Pellinor kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. "Alistair, you all right?"
It's nothing. We should hurry.
All right. And as his hand touches your shoulder, as he's asking you all you're right, you go to answer, and he's gone. You're saying, "Oh, it's all right." And now suddenly you're standing in a garden, and Dahlia is kind of smelling a flower, which a moment ago had been dead, but she brought it back to life with the power of her magic. And she kind of looks at you. "What will be all right?"
Our mission will be all right.
"Oh, yes, we're getting close." And she kind of looks up, and you can see that like this garden spreads out and then rises up to a very small, like what would be like a backcountry chapel. And then right behind that chapel is the massive base of the tower. And she's like, "You're right. We missed all of the danger. We got here safe and sound. As soon as we step in the tower, all of this will go away, and the power to protect everyone will be restored."
And we'll all be safe.
She takes a couple steps forward, and as she's stepping, she becomes the second Lightbringer stepping in front of you. And then suddenly, like in this garden, there is a blur as something flies out of the air and slams into the ground in front of this Lightbringer. What do you do, Alistair?
I think I like go to draw my sword, but it's like the other thing is so incredibly fast.
Yeah. You go to do that, and then suddenly, like, Dahlia activates one of her Lightbringer gifted powers, and you teleport and you switch places with her. And suddenly, this creature is in front of you, and Dahlia is back where you were standing. And then the creature, like a cloud of dust, kind of rises up. There is a scattering of dead rose petals that kind of catch into an invisible wind and then begin to spiral up towards the tower as the elements clear. And you see this entity standing before you. And you've understood them as you've traveled through. There have been so many reports of the shadowy creatures that exit out of the veil, and you haven't yet to see a single creature of shadow within the veil. You've learned that the creatures in the veil aren't of shadow. It's only when they leave the veil that they drag the shadow with them. You are seeing the true essence here as this entity kind of slams the ground and like chitters up on its legs, 6 at the base, kind of like rising up with almost like a praying mantis style, like backwards claws at the front and a face, and it kind of chitters at you, slashes. And then you hear a scream behind you. You turn, Dahlia is not behind you. It is the second Lightbringer as this entity has teleported behind her, and you just see a plain white mask, 2 eye slits, emotionless, a hood up over, an entity floating there in space with a staff in hand, kind of points in your direction, puts you to sleep. And then a beam of energy blasts from its finger, passes over where you were, hits where Dahlia was standing. Dahlia disintegrates. The other Lightbringer is cut down by one of the emissaries. Your memories of the 2 journeys that you had through the veil clashing and fighting against each other. And in both instances, Pellinor and Timolt vanish. You don't know what happened to them. They tore off fighting against something and were dragged off in a different direction. And they got separated enough far from you that they ended up in a different space and time from where you were, and they couldn't find their way back. You wake up, and for some reason, this entity left you alive. You crawled out of the veil, and that's when your eyes open, and you are flying on the back of a dragon as this party heads down into the city.
I think I sit up, and for a second I'm like looking for Dahlia or the other one, and I'm just like discombobulated.
You see Devin standing next to you, or kind of walking beside the dragon.
Devin.
Yes. Oh, thank God you're okay. You are okay. Are you okay?
I have
Do you need healing?
low blood sugar. It's fine. I just got dizzy. The breakfast. We talked about eating breakfast.
Oh my God, I was so worried about you. I thought the night had done something to you. They'd cut you or cursed you, and then there were things here, and And I wasn't strong enough to carry you, and Lenaria saved the day.
Am I on a dragon?
The dragon goes, looks at you, Ajara, and goes, "It is awake. Do I still need to carry it?" Ronnie.
How are you feeling? And you think you can walk?
Of course I can walk. That's I appreciate. Thank you.
There's a light
so
like
much.
Bucking sensation underneath you as you are kind of like bucked off of the back of the dragon. And he flies up out of range to be offered anybody else as a seat.
So let's see, low blood sugar. I might have something. Well, no, not those cookies. Here, I got this cracker for you.
Oh, thank you. And I like drop it to the side.
It's like
My
ship's
bad.
biscuit hardtack. Like like you can see like the weevils in it.
I appear to have dropped it. Sorry.
Oh, hang on, let me get that.
No, it's fine. Jara, thank you. Lenaria, may I speak to you?
All right.
I take you on ahead a little bit.
Okay. Before we pass into that, Ajara, what was your perception check for the group moving through?
28.
28. So Ajara, you are safely guiding the group. And so Lenaria and Alistair kind of stepping off to the side. It would be fine as Ajara is keeping an eye out. Mm-hmm. You are kind of weaving through broken down buildings and things. You all don't realize where Ajara is leading you, but he is carefully taking you past entities that he is quite familiar with. There are packs of devils and demons that are kind of roaming through this land, and he is catching sight of them and guiding you guys in a certain path. Ajara, directly in front of you is the path to the tower. Something very interesting catches your eye kind of out of the way. You see the shattered remains of what looks like the bow of a ship with a zephyrsite crystal attached to the side, kind of spiraling in space, kind of off to the side. The group is trusting your movement. Do you move in that direction, or do you keep heading straight towards the tower?
With my perception check, does it look like there's any recent travel towards or near that wreckage?
No. So, I mean, like, you've been doing a circuitous route anyway. And so you get the sense that like that is a safe path to travel. You could loop back around from there and get back on this path towards the tower, but it would be a diversion from the current path.
Okay. There may be some useful items on the ship ahead. I say we divert this way.
Okay. Lenaria and Alistair have stepped off to the side, so Devin and Morrisond are there with you. Do you question Ajara's decision, or do you keep following with him?
Devin is along for the ride.
Okay. So, Ajara, you effectively divert the group. And to everyone else, I mean, to Lenaria and Alistair, it just looks like you've been guiding the group in a safe path this way. It goes that direction. So you guys head off in that way as Lenaria and Alistair step off to the side. And then Alistair, you can have Lenaria there.
My memories are stronger here. Both times it seems that things went wrong in the same place. And I'll describe to her, like, the courtyard, like this entity. I believe when we reach that, he's just kind of like at a loss for what to actually say.
Okay. Well, it's very helpful information. We'll let Ajara know the others, so we can be on the lookout for anything that looks like that. You don't have to go into detail, just to be aware that that's...
They, like, cut you off. Why did I stay? Why didn't it take me?
Do you want a comforting answer, or do you know what I think is the real answer?
It's not your job to coddle me.
I think they wanted you to bring more Lightbringers in.
That ends today.
It does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry about them. I know you knew them.
Thank you.
Right.
Now, Alistair, you did not see Timmel or Pellinor die in your memories. Is that something that you would wish to share with Lunaria?
I more like tell you that we got separated, and I'm not trying to bring false hope into anything, but I did not directly see them pass.
I think in this moment, Lunaria is not only thinking about them, she's thinking about that she just saw Armon disappear. And I think you can see her kind of really, really hesitate and have like more of a emotional expression on her face for a second, and then just kind of shake it off.
Yeah. As you're thinking about the Lunaria, make a Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, it's gonna be low for her.
And still probably high.
A 31.
23 is a low.
23 is a low. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think like
For
plus
her.
14 for Arcana. So
Plus 16.
16, right, yeah. So as you are kind of thinking about Armon, there was no like immediate sign of his presence, which you dived into the veil like right after him. But there's something about like in Alistair's retelling of how Pellinor and Timmelt seem to like wander away from the pack or the group, and then just suddenly they weren't there. You pick up in the air almost like this, like not like the jet stream type of leftover, like a plane that has torn through the atmosphere and left behind this like reverberation wake. As you're looking around with like magical sense in your mind, you see like the essence of two entities that had torn through the atmosphere here, and then they spiraled off into the distance to the left. And at some point that like stream of energy just seems to like hit a pocket of something within this realm, and it vanishes. And so it's almost like you can see the path that Ahriman and Javaraya tore through the sky here, and then suddenly they were no longer present in this space.
I think Lunaria's hand kind of twitches, and it is like the briefest second of a sending spell before she stops herself. And I think just looks to Alistair and go, is there anything else?
No. I did not have low blood sugar. That was a lie, and I feel kind of bad about it.
I think if you want to apologize to anyone for that, it wouldn't be me.
No, I'm just kind of saying it right now in this space. Anyway, we can go back to the group.
So
I feel like we were just being very honest with each other, and anyway.
I would love to really get to know you sometime when we're not here.
Would like to get myself as well.
I give him a little like pat on the armor, on the pauldron,
Yeah. Ding, ding.
and then kind of divert us back to joining the others.
And as you both kind of divert back, Ajara has kind of stopped in front of something. Because Ajara, before you, what was just kind of a piece of the keel of a vessel, the closer you got to it, the larger it grew, because you now realize that this was once a massive ship, a ship probably designed to carry several hundreds, if 1,000 people, perhaps. And the whole ship is not present here, but it has been dragged from wherever it was to this space. And there's the piece with the Zephrysite core kind of spiraling through the air, which, Lenara, you've never seen Zephrysite before, but I don't think it's not active right now, so I don't know if it would catch your attention. It just looks like a gem. There's another piece that looks like maybe the captain's cabin is upside down and floating kind of in a different trajectory. But then there is a portion of the ship that is wedged down into the side of a building. The building itself looks like none of you have ever been to Suvanarion, but there is this kind of coral architecture of this building that looks like it was ripped from the bottom of the sea floor almost, and it's here, and a portion of the ship has kind of crashed into the side of it, and the ship is still free floating, but it's like rotating slowly with the nose of the ship like digging into the side of this building, close enough where, Ajara, you could like jump up onto the ship if you wanted to.
Josh, can I see the name of the ship anywhere?
Yeah, you can. So you don't recognize... Actually, Morisan, you may recognize the name of it because, well, at this point, you have not journeyed to Asale. But there's this very weird thing about the Vale. The Vale is a place where time no longer is a thing. It is the place of death, and death is nothing if not eternal. So we're going to do our very first Vale roll, which for you, Morisan, is a roll of your internal essence. And so you are going to dedicate a die for this, dedicate an element of your being to this. It does not need to be like, I don't know if wisdom is the thing for Morisan or if it's charisma or whatever, but what do you think captures Morisan's like core essence? If she had to find herself in space and time, what would she lean on?
It would probably be intelligence. Honestly.
Intelligence. Okay, good. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please, because you see a name on the side of a piece of this ship.
That is a 12.
A 12. A 12 is enough for part of this to make sense to you, which is even more strange because you suddenly read the name of this ship is Nima Yamaji, and you are like, I don't speak that language, but suddenly the word Nima pops out to you and transcribes in space, almost like I can now read the first part of this. And the word grace is in your native language. This is a language that you don't speak, but suddenly is translating for you as if like some element of yourself can understand this language that you've never encountered before. Ajara, you notice this, and Nima Yamaji translates to the grace of water in Asale. And the Grace of Water was one of the generation ships that took off from the Asalan capital, and it crashed shortly after you guys left Cirrus. So it traveled with you to Cirrus, but then crashed and was attacked and shot out of the sky on your journey from Cirrus to Illyria.
And I guess realizing some of the properties of the Veil and how it sort of folds space in on itself, regardless of how relative the locations are in our world, there shouldn't be any like coral construction near where that airship would have gone down.
No, you guys went out. I mean, technically you went out it went down over the ocean, but you were above the veil. So, but it technically went down over the ocean, but in a part of the ocean where there's no population. Yeah.
Even if it would have fallen out of the sky, it wouldn't. More than likely, would not have sunk to the bottom of the ocean near where this type of construction would have been. Right. So.
Right.
Lost in sort of a moment of just, I guess, grief and introspection. I'm going to travel to the section that you said I could sort of climb on, and without the current mission in mind, just step onto the ship.
Okay.
Just to look.
The moment,
the desperate, chance that I might see something, or just a chance to sort of recall a memory.
Yeah. The moment you kind of pull, like Lenara, your watch as like Ajara kind of walks over and like pulls himself up onto this slowly spinning vessel. And Ajara, the moment your feet touch the teakwood plank deck of this ship, you suddenly are lost in a memory where you're walking along the same deck. There was a point in your history where you walked the deck of this particular vessel. And the captain of the vessel is walking beside you in this memory, and he turns to you and he says, Ajara, your fleet, you said that they were going to be safe, but I think the shielding mechanism of the generation ships did not survive the journey here to Sirius.
So this is just a memory?
Yeah, this is the memory.
Okay. So what was the issue with the shielding mechanism then?
Well, after we saw the, he says it in Asalan, but when he says the warmth of night was blasted out of the sky above the tortoise, it was very clear we were supposed to pass through the tortoise, and the elements of the shielding was supposed to wrap around each of our ships as we went through. That mechanism of that runic structure was broken in some way.
Sabotage, perhaps?
Well, I mean, wasn't the entire fall of Asale sabotage in its own way?
Precisely. Well, I was hoping that the security of the generation ships, they would not have been able to get that close, but obviously.
You're having this kind of mundane, like you as not the technological head, because you were not the dreamer of the generation ships. You were the administrative leader of the scientists, of the arcanists, of the artificers who brought these ships into being. You're just kind of answering these questions. You suddenly hear a familiar pop as you recognize the sudden like smell of not teakwood, of warm kind of wood and flower essence of your wife's perfume suddenly appear behind you, and she goes, Ajara, we don't have time for this conversation, quickly come with me. And you turn around and you see beautiful kind of braided hair pulled back, a kind of tattoo across one cheek in the shape of water or waves, wearing the traditional garb of what is now the first sovereign, but then elements of her own heritage as her staff, of the twisted knotted vine staff that she carries, the kind of animal feather or animal fur kind of pelt that she wears across her back, which was not a murder but a gift from one of her first animal companions, and she kind of motions in you, and you can sense concern, but you also sense, because you know her so well, that Obura here is not trying to alert everyone else to fear. Her voice is commanding to you, but she's bearing this air of calm with everyone else.
I say, low enough to where we can keep the conversation hushed. What is the issue?
She kind of turns to the captain of the Nima Yamaji and she goes, don't worry, we will correct the rune before you take flight. Again, we will not need to leave necessarily quickly. And she walks away with you and she says, we have to abandon the city as quickly as possible. I do not want to sound the strict evacuation.
What is happening?
Thorin says that they have, there is a portal opened About 2 miles away, and there is a horde heading in the direction of Sirius.
How could they have found us?
She kind of looks away for a second. The runes that were supposed to protect us on the generation ships, they were carved by someone who used them as markers.
During the original construction, or was this sabotage?
I think it was sabotage.
So our own technology used against us.
Well, hasn't everything been used against us at this point, my love?
It's our own generosity. Us being willing to take in others, that's what's going to be our downfall.
Yeah. She's leading you, and you can tell that she's leading you in the direction of the ship that is called the Wind Through Warm Skies, which was the ship that you and her flew on. And she is heading there because you know that the general evacuation orders can only be sent from that ship, which is the capital ship of the Generation Fleet. And she is heading in that direction, and she suddenly grabs your hand and puts something in your hand. And when she pulls back, what you have in your hand is the arcane stone that activates the evacuation order.
What will you do while I begin the evacuation?
Ajara, I need you to take our son and our daughter and get on the ship and go as soon as you sound the evacuation.
And you will be right behind us?
At that moment, two towering figures kind of teleport behind her, and the tall female storm giant looks down. Are you ready? The defense of the city falls to us. And Abura kind of turns and looks and says, Saifa, I will join you in Thorin in a moment. My love, the horror is too great. They will come here. They will destroy this city. And then they will follow our ships. They need someone of great power to stand and hold them back. They cannot do it alone.
There are plenty of mages among us who can stay and help. You are our sovereign.
She kind of taps the staff, and the Zephyrsite gemstone, one of the few perfectly cut Zephyrsites that survived the fall of Asale in her staff. I am the sovereign. Which means, sometimes, that you must fall back to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And if it means that you and our children can escape from this place and not be followed, is that not worth it?
We need you to lead, not to stay here and go down with a city that will fall.
She kind of takes your arms and holds closer to you. I did not ask to be made this power. But clearly the elders saw something in me worthy of this. And by Melisandre's grace, I believe it may have been this moment. If I go, the city is overrun. The two giants cannot hold them back on their own. Their forces are too greatly depleted. If I send a few mages behind, they are not powerful. They are not strong enough to hold back the tide. There are only 8 ships remaining. How many do you think will clear the skies when the horde arrives? And suddenly a storm begins to build up in the air above her. And you can tell that in the moment of her talking, she is casting a 9th level spell, a spell that can reshape the air and the atmosphere around her. And with you, she's holding you in her hands. You both begin to lift up into the air, lightning crackling from her, powering the storm. And she says, "My love, before they gave me this power, I was this storm. I would like for these demons to know the typhoon, so that you and our children can be safe. Who else can do this?"
Is this you seeking revenge because you feel there is no future?
She looks at you.
Or is this absolutely necessary?
Perhaps if I go with you, some may survive. But not our children, maybe? Not you?
I can't stay with you.
No.
Our community can watch the children.
No. It is no longer that you are raising a daughter. You are raising something more. She needs her father. I have taught her everything that I can. But you've been distant, and I think there is more that you can teach to her. She will need you.
I can't just leave my wife here.
There is the sound of distant explosions at the edge of the city, as what remains of the far depleted forces of Cirrus, which have been fighting this war for 10 years now, are being overrun. We do not have time. I am sorry. And she kisses your cheek at the exact same moment that she teleports you to the deck of the ship. And you see her at the center of a growing and massive storm, as suddenly Sypha, the sorceress of storms, Thorin with his giant warglaive rising up, and 3 massive shadows of creatures coming out of the veil below, rising up towards the city, and they dive to meet them. And you clear your vision, and you're standing on the deck of this shattered vessel, slowly tilting through space here in the Vale.
Just coming back to my thoughts, I'd turn to the rest of the expedition, the group, and it's nothing here, just a lot of bad memories.
It's a nice ship. I haven't really seen a lot of ships, but I assume this is a good one.
Was.
Yeah, just ruin. Nothing of use. We should move forward. Not a good idea to stay in one place for too long. And I will lead them off the ship and back towards the trail.
Okay, make another perception check for this leg of the journey.
Sure thing. Okay. I think it's a plus 14, but let me check. Yeah, plus 14. So 30.
Even as your mind is kind of recovering from a memory, earlier this morning you were burying the memory of a wife whose body was left behind somewhere so that you and your children could survive, so that the 3 generation ships of the 8 that left Cirrus could survive. And that memory kind of flooding you, but you clear your head. You guide the group safely, because a 30 far exceeds any tracking that any of my devil packs may have. You weed your way back through the city, and you all find yourself suddenly... you've been kind of in basically like the suburbs of the city, the edges, like ramshackles of buildings. And then you find yourself at an entrance. And it's not like this is a city that was planned or built. It is almost like the memory of many cities coming together. And there are elements of stone or work that have been crafted together to almost form the front of a shattered wall with an arched entrance. And it's the path to the tower is in front of you here. And then off to the side, Alistair, you see the church that had the stained glass is off to the side of this main path.
Okay. There's a church over here to the side.
And Ajara, you notice that it is with a 30, you can tell that like there is a path that winds in the direction of the church that you could pass by it if you wanted to, or you could take a different path away from the church that would require a little bit of climbing, but to get to like a second level of the kind of the spiraling city here that would take on a higher route. So the lower route would go down either through or around the church, and then the second route would kind of climb up onto a couple buildings and then hit an area of the city that's spiraling away, and use that as a path to get towards the tower.
I'll turn to Alistair and Devin. Would you like to go by your holy church and perhaps offer a prayer?
Absolutely. I think we can deal with all the divine connection here we can in this place. If you think it's all right, Alistair.
Evan, I am your charter. It is up to you where we go.
But you've been here before.
It doesn't matter what I've done here before. Things are going to be different this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Then yes,
Insight
let's go to the church.
You want to make an insight check?
Insight check
Alistair?
me.
Yeah, go ahead and insight check, Alistair.
All right.
And either perception
Time for
or
my
persuasion or deception, Alistair.
It's time for my depression deception check. Here we go. They know I have depression.
Jara is quite insightful. Ooh.
That's great, because I suck at every roll I make that's not related to Devin.
No. That's 25.
25.
I rolled, I believe, if I'm right, that's a 9.
Okay, so what is Ajara reading from you, Alistair?
The way you said it.
That's how he is. That's how they are.
As the
You're
person
like-
playing Devin, I'm okay with this roll thing going on.
No.
You're looking at them, and you could tell the closer and closer we get, the more unnerved they're getting as we get deeper. And what you sense is like a conflict where part of him wants to go and part of him doesn't. But you do truly think he's being genuine, that they will do whatever Devin requests, despite how they feel about it.
Oh, yeah. I imagine, game recognized game, so, a man who's definitely in the throes of depression, like, losing his home, so many of his people, his wife. It's
Yeah,
just
you
sort of
sense. I feel like we see something similar in each other in this moment.
Yeah. Exactly. And there's just a little bit of a quiet, comforting look that Ajara will offer. Not wanting to, make too big of a deal of it, but definitely trying to give you a little bit of a, solidarity in the loss that we both share. So, okay, we will go to the church and offer a prayer.
Ajara, I hope you find whatever you seek in this place. And I hope that maybe Morrisan doesn't. I'm a little nervous about what she's trying to find in this place. I think it might be kind of slimy, probably.
Morrisan, hear that?
Yeah.
So none of you have dealt with Morrisan before. Morrisan, there's very little, unless somebody is actively trying to hide conversation from Morrisan's particular skill set. Conversation, especially conversation like this, would fall under Morrisan's ability to detect.
My dear, your druthers are my brothers. That's why I'm here.
My what?
We are after the same goal. Your druthers are my brothers.
Is that a different? That's not common, right? It's like.
Do they make a salve for that?
I don't think you want that salve.
I swear, the lot of y'all, your cornbread's a little soft in the middle.
God.
I know what that is.
This conversation carries you across kind of the welcoming courtyard into this amalgamated city. And you find yourself at the entrance to the church. And Devin, like your memory is clear enough that you remember walking through these doors. The doors are off their hinges, one kind of fallen off to the side and one just kind of dangling open. But as you step in, that sparkling display of the stained glass is still kind of rotating there above the main entrance to the area. But something else that didn't stand out, like in your memory, you remember the moment we lost Chase?
Yeah, Jace is feeling well, so
Yeah,
they have to step out for the night.
Okay. Ronnie, let me...
Hey, Ronnie, make an insight check. Ronnie, make an insight check.
An insight check?
Make an insight check.
Oh, 17. I'm pretty sure it's a +4. I'm very high wisdom. 31.
Alistair also thinks you're attractive.
For this Ravik, he would take that and run, but
yeah,
no,
sure,
but this man, no.
So as you kind of enter in, Devin, you've been in many churches before, most recently in the Church of the Nine in Illyria. This is a much more subdued space. This is like a small church for a small village or a hamlet, but it's strange immediately because the structure of this church is either it's kind of like when you think about European Catholic churches, they all have the exact same construction. They're all built in the cross form. They all have napeses. They all have like the general structure of the pews are in this area. The priest stands here. Most churches of the Nine follow along a similar construction. They're generally circular in shape. And then they have a small little apses off to the side where each of the altars to the Nine are located. And then there's a central location where the priest would stand and deliver a message. This, as soon as you walk in, it's almost as if like something strange has happened to the construction here. The exterior looked circular, but the moment you step in, it becomes more like cylindrical, long, heading down. And instead of small little apses for construction, there are two main altars in here, which normally there's not main altars in the central building. And then there's another doorway at the back, which seems to lead to another sacred space. Go ahead and make a religion check for me, Devin.
Okay, my religion is +5.
Oh, she's so religious.
And that's a natural 3.
Oh no.
So that's an 8.
An 8. Okay, so yeah, so like this construction seems very strange. It seems like The exterior of this building was a church of the Nine. The stained glass that's like floating above you is a depiction of the symbol of the Nine. But as you approach, like there's on one of these two altars, there's very clear like iconography of some things that you recognize from the Nine. The other one is completely out of your purview. But Morrison, make one of those intelligence rolls for me, please, Morrison.
It's a 14.
A 14. You're getting that kind of like weird echoey sense of that second altar. It's not here. Or at least it's not now. This altar is from a different time and place. The first altar, Devin, as you approach, like the Nine iconography is present, but you see that it's not specifically to any of the Nine gods. It actually seems to be to like in praise of their children. You see depictions of the dragons. You see some like winged devas or Empyrean, like angelic type figures depicted on that first altar. Morrison, as you approach the second altar, there's something both for you as a witch, incredibly familiarly ancient, and also from a time period beyond where you currently are. Alistair, Ajara, which of the two altars would you be approaching? Devin's kind of gone to the one that's more Nine aligned.
Looking at you.
Which one is... I don't know if I'd be embracing the Nine as much with my faith being shaken.
So you can, Morrison and Ajara, head to the one on the right, Devin and Alistair to the one on the left. Yeah. Alistair, as you...
And Lenaria is keeping guard at the door.
Lenaria is keeping guard at the door, yeah. As you kind of approach Devin and Alistair, you're seeing the dragons, you're seeing these like angelic figures, but the central piece of this altar seems to be about two figures, and both of them appear to be like in the depictions of that are on this altar, in kind of the not hieroglyphic art, but like the pictographic art that's present here. It seems like a single entity was created, like it seems is being birthed into existence, and then in the next, that single entity has split into two, and there are two kind of like polar opposite angelic figures, and they look almost exactly alike, except everything about them is chiral. So like one is wielding a sword in their right hand, the other one in their left. One has four wings that kind of jut upwards, and the other one has four wings that jut downwards. So they appear identical in all ways, except like reflections of each other. Alistair, make a religion check for me, please.
Like us, Devin. We look like that. We don't look anything like that. You were supposed to laugh at that. Wait, joke.
I'm sorry.
Dolly always said I was terrible with jokes. And let's see what he has. Religion's int, so that puts him at 18.
18. So you are unfamiliar, like the depiction of one of these entities is an entity that is commonly depicted in churches all over the place. There are small little like altars to the Empyrean dragons. There are small little altars to the Celestials that are in every Church of the Nine. But this exact construction of some kind of entity being born and then that entity itself being raised as really important only ever in your memory and history depicted one entity. This is showing two. And the one entity that you recognize here, the sword is familiar, the wing construction is familiar, even the way that the crown sits upon their head is familiar. This entity is the commander of Bellinor's celestial army. His name is Metatron. The second figure, you do not know who that is, but it seems to be like if you were to take all aspects of Metatron, masculinity, depiction, whatever, and flip it, you have a feminine representation of Metatron.
Strange.
As you're looking closer, on this particular altar, with you're kind of very close with an 18 check on this with religion, you see some of like the written scrawling that's on here, that you realize that this altar didn't have any writing on it when it was constructed. The writing was added later. As you're looking at it and reading it, all of the writing on the Metatron side of this altar is desecration. All of the writing on the other side is veneration. If they pointed out, Devin, do you speak Celestial?
No, I speak sign language and Draconic.
Okay. I will allow you in this moment to make a religion check, because celestial essence is something that can be called upon by a Lightbringer in the right moments.
Can I use legend lore on this?
You may absolutely use legend lore on this.
Then I will, before Lunaria can object to me spending a spell.
Lunaria's turned looking outwards.
Yeah, I step behind you so she can't see you.
Lunaria, canonically is not a super religious individual. So is standing kind of at the edges of this church, keeping an eye.
So I will cast legend lore.
Okay. It takes does that take a minute, I think?
I have it right in front of me. Instantaneous.
It's instantaneous. Good.
Casting time is 10 minutes.
Perfect. So you start the process. You put your hands down. Are you specifically focused on the venerated side or the desecrated side? Because Alistair can tell you who is on the desecrated side.
Let's go for the venerated.
Okay, so you focus on this mysterious figure on the right. Ajara and Morrison, you approach the second altar, and this altar is strange. Ajara, it actually will feel somewhat familiar to you because of the way that Asalans worship the Eight. Many other cultures think about the Eight as like Suvenar is this fun, like otter figure. Like they personify the gods far more than the Asalans do. The Asalans focus on the like natural essence of each of the gods. Suvenar is not an embodied force. Suvenar is the stream that you wade in, or the sound of the ocean, or the rain falling from the air. Tanatsa is not an embodied force. Tanatsa is the trees that sprout, the vegetables that feed. And here, this altar doesn't depict, at first glance, doesn't seem to depict any entities. It depicts forces. It depicts 5 particular forces. Both Morrison and Najara, you can make either perception or religion checks. I'll let you know that a perception check will have a higher DC than a religion check.
I will make a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
No, man. What's my religion? I don't think my religion is very...
That's a 27.
27.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that perception a 28.
28. Okay. So both of you kind of pick up on it takes a moment because the depictions are very blocky. Like the person who is carving this was like carving with a knife, not like a chisel. And so it takes you a moment to realize that like, oh, that's supposed to be not a flame, but a wildfire. Like that's not a wave. It is a tsunami or a deluge. That's not a storm. That is a typhoon. Like that's not like a rock. That is an earthquake. Like you are capturing like the essences of some kind of entities. The 5th entity just appears to be like this weird cloud or something. But with a 28, you get the word that kind of pops into your head as you're seeing the depiction is the idea of miasma, of like decay. of entropy. And finally, as you're kind of looking at those, as you're perceiving, you begin to realize that, like, etched into those figures, it looks like a wildfire, but like the actual negative space that the wildfire fills is a depiction of some kind of creature or entity. The wildfire is a bird. The typhoon is a wolf. The earthquake is an ox. The deluge is a massive serpent. The miasma doesn't take any kind of form. But you're seeing 5 entities here that are not deified entities in our world, as far as you know. Morrison, you know exactly who these 5 people are. And it's not because you know them, it's because your master did. These are the primals. And this is an altar to the primals, which you don't know anyone who worships the primals.
Not in this time.
And this was, it's like, it's obvious to me that the statue was brought in at a later date. Like, this temple existed first, then they brought in the altar.
You're getting the exact same kind of feeling that you got when you were seeing that ship's name. Like, Morrisond now was seeing that ship's name and couldn't read it. A part of you could read it, but it wasn't, like, you're getting the sense that, like, that's not me now. That's some other me that is reading that word. Looking at this altar, you're getting that same feeling. Morrisond now doesn't see anything in this space because this altar doesn't exist in this time. But you are seeing it in this space, and it's the Morrisond of that other Morrison that is able to witness or see this. Like, you're with that 27, you're getting the sense that what's happening here is that the veil doesn't just bring random things present. It brings things that are particular to the people that are observing it present.
I make a wisdom check.
Yes. What are you looking for?
I am trying to see if there's some part of my witch's training or otherwise detailed that requires me to pay homage to the altar in this moment.
Okay.
That's a 12.
A 12. You're not certain. And it's very strange because as you're kind of making this check, a memory pops into your head of the last time that you were standing in a church of the 9, except it was the church of the 9, a space that you had been called to and you were uncertain where that calling was coming from. You walked up the steps, you walked into the building, you saw all of the penitent there praying, and an entity kind of stepped out of one of the apses nearby and looked at you, a tall, elven woman. And she looked at you and said, "You are going to find something of importance in whatever journey you're going on, don't you think?"
Well, what makes you say that?
Well, I think you have an air of mysteriousness around you, and if I've ever known the truth, it's that those who carry an air of mysteriousness are looking for something of mystery.
That's the kelp, darling.
Deflection is not a strong suit.
Well, if you say I'm to find something important, who am I to argue?
Well, what brought you here? It does not seem... And she kind of sniffs the air, and you get the sense that in that sniff, she just analyzed every manner of essence of your magical being in just one little... Someone of your unique characteristics doesn't usually set foot into a church of the 9.
Well, I think there's always something that one can learn from somebody else.
or someone's else. And she kind of makes a motion. And at that moment, you realize that, like, all 9 gods or 8 gods are currently present in this space, like meeting with, talking to, praying with people, except you see 7 others, because the one standing next to you herself is one of them.
Which one is it? Like, she would know. Right?
Yeah, you kind of look at the apes that she came out of. This is Metasansi, goddess of magic and mystery.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to pretend that I can hide something from the god of magic.
Except your magic is not my creation, is it?
How does that make you feel, I wonder?
Interested. I remember before there were any who walked this world who looked like the form I take now, that there were entities such as yourself who did not serve those who came before, but lived at least in harmony with them. Do you all worship the primals? Or what's left of them?
We respect them. As one would respect anything that has that level of power and influence.
Interesting.
As you would you say that your worshippers respect you?
I would hope so. But we walk alongside them. We help them. We guide them. We bring order to them. We make sense of the chaos of this universe for them. Your primals did not do such things. They had to be tamed.
Just like y'all are taming the people?
We do not force worship. But I think it is difficult when you can see, and she kind of makes a motion and you look at it like a woman nearby who Bellinor is touching, and you see where she had a socket where her eye had been lost, and the light of Bellinor fades and her eye blinks and it is whole again. And she says, when the miracles are right in front of you, it's difficult to deny the truth.
So they're just pets to y'all then?
No, not at all. Children, maybe.
Well, when are they going to be grown up enough to be let alone?
And in that moment, there's a flash, because Metasansi is not just the goddess of magic and mystery. She is the goddess of foresight. Unfortunately, at no point in any history, because of order, because of the ability to see the future, can shatter the structure of things. Prophecies have been spoken by Metasansi that she does not remember, and Morrisond hears one of them here. You shall cross the veil and find something of great importance. You will guide a Lightbringer to their home, and you will forget it all. And then her eyes clear. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I don't think it has that much importance to someone such as you.
Well, welcome, and please, wait. And she kind of motions, and she turns and looks at Bellinor, and then Bellinor's looking at her. I think he has a request of you. It's best not to keep him waiting. And she kind of walks back into her apes. Do you immediately go to Bellinor?
I'll stride up to Bellinor.
Yeah. And the last piece of this memory is the moment when Bellinor said, child, you will guide a lost soul. It is written.
I suppose I shall.
And he kind of bows. And this accelerated the meeting with Lenari and Mistweaver, the joining of this expedition. Purposes unknown, purposes not seen. But as you're looking at this altar, that conversation with Metasansi, and there's just an element of you that wonders if this is from the past, because you knew people who's worshipped the primals in your time. But could it also be from a future?
How much of that? I know my master worshipped the primals.
The witches never really worshipped them as much as they lived alongside them.
Right. Like I said, but
Yeah.
Was there a particular one that they were fond of?
Yeah, the deluge. At the time, it was called Ouroboros. And probably still has that name.
To the serpent.
Yeah.
I would like to touch the serpent on the altar.
Okay. You touch the serpent, and it is a beautiful snake. It is. You can tell that it is like in the negative space of where this wave is. Clearly, like the wave is supposed to be depicting like a massive wave, and the serpent fills the space around it. It is depicted as this massive creature. It is, but it's just a world snake, gorgeous and destructive.
She'll kind of sigh. She's got a couple memories of her master in this moment, and then it's gonna keep eyes on the Lightbringer.
All right. At that moment, Devin, you cast Legend Lore, and the spell finally completes. And suddenly you all watch as a light begins to fill the chamber as Devin lifts off into the air and is floating in the air. Devin, before the Legend Lore takes control, you have a flashing memory of this exact thing happening to you on the streets of a small town when you did not know that you were a Lightbringer and then suddenly found that you were. And you're kind of floating above the street of your home. People surrounding you, looking at you, prayers suddenly rising to the gods at this wonderful choice that somebody they know is blessed with such a wonderful fate. But then the Legend Lore kind of begins to feed over this memory. And what you have is that this is an altar in veneration of the children of Bellinor. The first of which were the Empyreans, but his most beloved were the Celestials, angelic messengers that could carry his blessings to all of the people of the world, even when he couldn't manifest himself there. In your memory, the first of which was Metatron, and all of the other Celestials were kind of created in Metatron's image. Except this is not true. That when Bellinor created this, he pulled equally from his essence and his brother's essence, Caiaphas. And the melding of light and dark is what gave birth to Celestials. Metatron, the pure essence of light, his sister, the pure essence of dark, a melding of these two eternal truths in one entity, a divine rebus.
Fuck. Sorry.
Metatron and his sister, who you now get a name, Zerachiel, lived in great and wonderful service to Bellinor. But there was an element of Zerachiel that when the shadow fell, she volunteered to not just fight the creatures of the Veil when they came into the light, but lead a force to fight the Veil where it was. She led an army deep into the bowels of the abyss to challenge Caiaphas himself, and was never seen again. The erasure of Zerachiel from altars and depictions is not one of choice. It is one that something that has been not deified, but venerated, vanished from its planar essence, and its memory erased. Somebody didn't go to all of the altars of Metatron and Zerachiel and actively remove Zerachiel. Something happened to Zerachiel that removed her for them. When you come back out with that memory in place, you can suddenly read the celestial text that is venerating Zerachiel here. It calls her Mother of Shadows. It calls her Wings of Vengeance. It calls her Daughter of Caiaphas.
Heck.
Devin, you're not supposed to say that word. I know you didn't say that. Devin.
The celestial on the other side also is now clear to you. The desecrated side is referencing specific parts of Metatron, not him as a whole. It's saying, damn the eyes, curse the hands, break the legs, poison the blood. And the poison the blood is written over a very particular part where it shows Metatron surrounded by humans, people.
Devin is overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
I put a hand on your shoulder. Devin. Are you okay?
I'm very confused.
It's all very confusing for all of us. I can't make it any clearer. And I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know you're doing what's best for us.
I don't know if that's true.
It's okay. I do. And she puts her hand on your shoulder.
What's best for us may be to leave this place if we could. But I fear that may not be possible.
Our answers may be back there. And I point to the door to the other space.
Which does also have an exit from the church. You can pass through this church to a back exit to continue on this journey. Does Devin and Alistair make their way into the back?
Devin, if you put some light on that stained glass, it looks really nice.
That's beautiful.
It is. Come, we shouldn't dally here.
Yeah. Ajara Morrison, do you see Devin and Alistair making their way to the back compartment of the church? Lunaria sees you moving and then follows. And you walk into Devin to what is a miniature complete Temple of the Nine. There are venerated altar, or not venerated, there are altars to all 9 gods here. And you can see that all of the iconography of all of them have been shattered except for one. Caiaphas's is not shattered. And there is blood scrawling words across the other altars. And it's just a repeated phrase over and over and over again, which says, "The 8 did not heed the warning, the threat of that which fell to the ocean floor. And when it sprouted its mycelium roots into the very cage of the primals, and the scream of those of ancient chaos arose in terror and warning, it was only for Caiaphas, the wise, the shepherd in the abyss where he dreamed to hear."
I like put my hands over your eyes. Like shortly into us going in.
Mm-hmm.
Devin.
And this is written everywhere.
I know, that's why I put my hands fully over your eyes.
Somebody bled themselves out.
Do I have anything
right
that will bless the space?
Yeah, you have the ability to consecrate ground. So it will, it'll take a moment of prayer and ritual. There's no game mechanic element. An element of being a Lightbringer is the ability to consecrate a space. So you can take a moment here to consecrate if you'd like.
Definitely.
Okay. Alistair, as they're doing that, Ajara, Morrisand, there's a moment where Devin is you feel this light energy filling from Devin. And Devin, what's technically happening here is that you are building up luminosity that you are spending. So it's just because of this ritual, it's not luminosity that you can later spend for something else. It's building up within you and then you're releasing it. So there's just kind of this wave of light that leaves Devin and slowly kind of illuminates the space. It's like removing a Zack Snyder wash and applying a pleasant wash onto the space. But every time this wave, the bubble of sacredness expands from Devin and begins to purify the location. And you see the blood kind of slowly beginning to seep away and clear off of the altars. That cursed language is there, which I'll put in the chat for you all later on. So that's all kind of being washed away. Anybody can make a perception check while this is happening, because it will take a few minutes for Devin to complete the ritual.
I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to try to be outside the range of what Devin's doing.
Oh, yeah. It'll be this whole space, so that would require you to step either out of the church to the back or back into the main chamber, the first chamber.
I got a 14.
Do you go to the back entrance or the entrance you came in?
Back entrance.
Okay, good. So you're getting a perception check of the alleyway behind the church. And right now it is clear. You don't see anything coming, but you're keeping an eye out there.
11.
An 11.
26.
Alistair, you are kind of keyed in on Devin, and this action of Devin stepping into the nature of being a Lightbringer is kind of distracting to you. 26, Ajara. You are looking around, you kind of notice the desecrated marks on the places here. The last thing that kind of catches your eye is this weird speck of white that's up on a ledge behind one of the desecrated altars. It's you can just see this edge of something white that's peeking up above a ledge.
You go to investigate.
Okay. So as Devin's kind of is cleansing this space, you go up to investigate, and you climb up towards it where you can look down, and it's very odd. What you're seeing basically a theater mask. It is a plain white mask, kind of clean, emotionless slits for eyes, no slits for mouth or nose, but it's just sitting on the ledge here.
Do I have any detect magic or anything? Oh, in my spells.
It's Baudelaire.
It is Baudelaire. No, it's not Baudelaire. But
Baudelaire.
It feels like that. Oh, Baudelaire, yeah.
Yeah, from Critical Role.
Critical Role 3, yeah.
I'm going to approach the mask.
Okay.
Pick it up.
You pick it up. And at this point, Alistair, the motion and movement of Ajara would catch your attention enough to see him kind of stepping down away from behind one of the altars, and he's holding in his hands the mask from your memory.
Before I even realize it, my sword is in my hand.
Okay.
Immediately I don't know this witch. I'm going to draw my bow. And
This is
train it.
Alistair, not Morrison. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know, Alistair. I'm going to draw my bow
Yeah.
and train it. at
Ajara,
Alistair.
put that down.
What are you doing?
That's what that thing was wearing.
What thing?
That's what happened. It had that on.
Okay. I will bend down and place the mask on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. Take a breath.
I'll come step over and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
What is it made out of?
It like appears to. I mean, if you're just basing it on passive perception, it appears to be made out of porcelain. But if you want to touch it or investigate it closer, you can roll an investigation check.
I want to investigate it. I'm a little feared to touch it.
Okay. So no touching, but looking at it. Okay. Investigation.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yep. You can roll with advantage, Alistair.
Oh, thank you, Zara.
As this circle of light is approaching the mask as it's spreading from Devin. It's kind of moving in that direction.
That gives me... What's my investigation? Is investigation int, I assume?
Yes.
I got 13.
13. Okay. As you're kind of leaning closer, it looks very porcelain. It's like shiny white. But as you move in, it is clearly made of bone.
Ugh.
But it is polished porcelain bone. But it's like if you took someone's like skull piece basically and sanded off all of the features except for the eyes, and then polished it beautifully.
Zara, is this magical at all? Can you tell?
If I do an investigation, can I?
You can do an Arcana check to
I do
detect
have
magic
detect
elements.
magic.
Yeah.
Still what?
You can do an Arcana check, or you can use detect magic if you want.
I'm not strong on Arcana. Oof, I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you cast detect magic. Yeah, so this object is magical. But the thing that is terrifying about it more than anything else, Ajara, more than what is about to happen from it,
Fuck.
is that there is magic coming off of this mask. The beauty of detect magic is that it tells you the school of magic that the magic comes from. But the problem is that those schools of magic are defined by the people who understand magic, who are able to classify it. The magic coming off this mask is unclassifiable because it does not come from Illyria. As suddenly the light from Devin hits the mask, and there's a glint of light off of the side of the mask. And what you notice, Ajara, Alistair, as you're studying it, Ajara, as you're trying to make sense of this magic, which is senseless to you, is that the mask itself, the light is casting all shadows away. There's no shadows in this space because of Devin. Devin is bringing sunlight to this desecrated chamber. The mask remains in shadow.
Ugh.
And then suddenly it begins to bubble and boil and lift. I need you all to roll initiative.
No.
Biscuit.
As behind you, there is a crash as three entities blast through windows into this chamber as this something is rising underneath the mask. And then I'll roll for Mario.
I got
Where'd my
24.
roll go?
I rolled double sevens, so that's an 8 with advantage.
For Devin.
I'm finishing I'm finishing my benediction.
Yeah, anyone get below an 8? Okay. Lenari got an 11. Anybody between an 8 and 11? All right, what'd you get, Ajara?
14.
14. What'd you get, Morrison?
I got a 17.
17. What'd you get, Alistair?
26.
26. So you will act first.
I go first, always.
Yeah.
All right.
Alistair
Mari-
already has the sword out, is already paranoid as
Yeah.
fuck, so...
And then I'll roll.
I didn't like
Okay.
this fucking mess.
That is okay. Cool. This is just okay. Cool. All right. As you hear the familiar, like what you hear, Alistair, is like the sound of them coming through the window is not what hits memory. It's the sound of when these three entities crash into the ground and there's suddenly a cloud of dust from them and the sound of chittering legs underneath them as they're rising up on the broken cobblestone. It is you know what is in this chamber before the pincer arms even catch light. But you are standing there next to this mask that is rising up. What you see is like there's a mass of something that's building up behind the mask and lifting it up, and that mass is taking a humanoid form, but it's as if like a bucket of worms were forming into a human construction. And then as it forms, a hood begins to draw over them, and then a cloak falls down over them, and a staff begins to appear in a hand that is formed out of this wriggling mass as it is rising up. What do you do? Your first act.
I crack my sword down on this mask as hard as I
Okay,
fucking
go
can.
ahead and roll attack.
First attack's a nat 1. I scared. No, wait, this is a D12. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, let's
Hold
not
on.
handicap ourselves.
You guys found the entity when it was asleep.
Oh, nice. 17 plus. A lot.
That hits.
Plus, so much. Simply so much. Let's see, what do I want to do? God, I love this fucking class. 1d8. So it takes 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use 2 luminosity to radiant smite it.
Perfect. Go and roll that additional damage.
Okay. 2d6. 6.
6. Okay.
Or 7.
Okay,
damage.
it's 14 points on the first hit. You get
Yes.
2 more attacks.
Yep.
Mhm.
Alright. 6 plus 13.
You're looking for a 16 total.
Okay, so that hits.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not the right dice. Ace, please. That's 5
Okay.
plus that's a 15.
15. Perfect. So
And
that's
then the last hit.
29 total so far.
Last hit. Yeah, 9 plus, so that hits.
Mhm.
9 plus, literally so much. I love this class. That is 14 damage.
14 damage. That's 44 points of damage in the first round as you kind of slam in, and you're just watching like you spent 2 luminosity, you built 2 back up with those second 2 attacks. And so the first hit hits and there's this burst of light, and then 2 more hit. And Ajar, what you're watching as Alistair fights with their swords is that every time they hit this creature, it's almost like they're pulling some of the light from the creature, and it is kind of hitting Alistair and beginning to gleam off of Alistair's armor. All right, that is
I'll pop my bonus action, I'll pop my second wind.
okay.
And I'll use that tactical shift to move 15 feet without opportunity attack to
Perfect.
cover Devin.
Okay,
more.
good. So you move
And
over to the
that's
opposite
my
side of the room, or to the center of the room where Devin is. Because remember, this is a big circle. Devin's in the middle of it. This was happening off to the side. So this is you move about 30 feet to where Devin was. All right, that takes us to our enemies round. So Morrisond, a creature kind of hits and then rises up out of this cloud, and you are seeing a shadow come out of a cloud, and then 2 massive claws like a praying mantis slashing down in your direction for 2 attacks. Oh no, sorry, he makes 3 attacks.
Okay, sorry, my headphones cut out.
Oh, you're fine.
I've been texting out with like my headphones keep cutting out.
16 to hit for the first one, 21 for the second, and
Give me 1 second, I'm
third one's
doing
higher,
it.
Morrisond. What's your AC?
Okay.
Those both hit.
There are 3. Does the 16 hit?
Yeah, I believe so. I need to actually
Okay.
go through and calculate my AC.
Okay, but I'll roll the damage on the first 2.
You know, that's kind of important.
Yeah.
I thought I had it, and then I realized I didn't.
my max HP? Okay, back up to this.
Okay, it's 26 points of slashing damage, and I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Yeah, my AC is 12.
Okay,
so
12. So
that
then,
definitely
so 26 plus, sorry, 32 total points of damage then. And then make a Constitution saving throw.
is. 10.
Okay. As soon as like these 3 strikes hit you, it begins to like its wings pop out of its back and begin to zzz, and you for a second are just kind of like stunned for a moment. This particular entity is now you're charmed by it. You can hurt any of the other 3 entities in this room, but this one is your friend.
It's got a good vibe going.
Yeah, he's got. I mean,
No.
he's like cricketing in the background. These
I could dance to
yeah,
that.
a second one slams down Ajara near you and is going to make 3 attacks on you.
3.
Yeah. All right. The lowest one of those is a 20. What's your AC, Ajara?
If it meets it, it beats it.
Okay, 20. So all 3 of these will hit, and I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
A con save. I can do that. A 15.
Okay. You take 30 points of slashing damage, and the wings pop out of it and it begins to kind of hum. But you like shake your head and clear it. You are not charmed by this entity, and you are familiar with what is currently happening to Morrison across the room from you. The third one slams down and is going to go after Lenaria. I will assume that Lenaria will shield. Only one of these will hit because it's a natural 20, but the shield takes care of the other 2, and I'll get Jason's damage. Okay, that is 10, 14, 20, 28, 36 points of slashing damage from the natural 20. And then the entity forms as the mask falls forward and then looks up and then glances at you, Alistair. Familiar face. Welcome back. And it is going to release a spell. I need everyone in the chamber to make a dexterity saving throw.
So what saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at those.
I got an 18.
That is a success. You'll take half damage.
17.
That's a success. You'll take half damage.
I think
17
I have
is
disadvantage. Right. Yep. No, a stealth disadvantage. Nice. Might have them on all deck stuff. I don't remember. No, just it looks like just stealth I have disadvantage. So, that's 19. 21.
21? Okay,
Yeah.
good. So all of you take half damage. So what you see, Alistair, is something very familiar. It raises its hand, releases a spell, and you watch as this like black orb appears out of its hand and floats into the middle of the chamber just above Devon, and then begins to release as this like negative cloud of energy begins to form and swallow. It is trying to absorb all of the light that Devon is casting into this chamber, and it releases a explosion in the chamber that spreads out, slams against the walls, shatters remaining statues, bursts out windows, cracks the cornerstones as a 6th level circle of death rings out into the chamber. And you all would have taken 48 points of damage. Instead, you take 24 points of damage.
Don't like this.
And then it immediately, like the entire construction of the body, like seems to dissolve and collapse, poof, and then rises up 30 feet away on the opposite side of the chamber, away from anybody around it. It is kind of off by itself, and you see it's positioned.
How much should we take?
24 points.
Okay,
you see that it's positioned itself in such a way that like the one that's on Morrison, the one that's on Najara, and the one that's on Lenaria are kind of three spaces, and it is the kind of the back of that pyramidal construction. So it's furthest away from all of you that it can possibly be, which in this chamber is only about 40 feet. All right, that takes us to Ajara.
I'm trying to make sure I don't fuck up my crew too much. I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark. Which do they all have that same charm ability, or was it just the one that was?
So you all that you've seen from the masked creature so far is this big spell that it just launched. You don't know anything else that it can do, but the three ones that look like praying, they're kind of like centaur mantises. So they have like a mantis. Well, I guess they have like this mantis-like body, but then they rise up in a more like not humanoid, but more construction. But they do still have mantis arms. They seem to be the ones that have the wings that cause the charm ability, and there's three of those in the chamber.
That's disgusting.
Okay, well, I'm going to focus on the big guy then. I'm
Okay.
going to Hunter's Mark it.
Okay.
So that's a D6 of extra damage. I'm going to boop, boop, boop. Okay. With my longbow. Do I want a longbow, or do I want to use my legendary? I'm gonna oath bow this guy, I think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna mark him as my sworn enemy.
So you make the Asalan word, phrase that marks him as your enemy. Mm-hmm.
And oof. So I'm making sure I got these mechanics down. And I'm gonna hit him with the oath bow. Yeah. Which is, come on. It looks like probably a 13 to hit.
That misses. You have a plus 12 to hit.
D&D Beyond is the reason.
Ronnie!
Not now.
That's not plus 12.
Okay,
What do you
okay.
have? You have a plus 9 to hit, I think.
It's a plus 12.
It's plus 12 to hit? Okay.
Yep.
He rolled a natural one.
You rolled a natural 1.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on the dice, that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that one hit. It's a D8 plus 5. Gosh, D&D Beyond. Did it roll
The
it?
worst.
You got 11 damage.
11.
Okay, thank you. Mine's just like super slow. So 11 damage on that one. That's my attack, my extra attack, and plus a D6. So 11 plus a D6. Another 2. Okay, so
Okay.
13 damage. And it's supposed to be 3d6. Sorry, for the oath bow. For my sworn enemy, so. That is crap. Another 5 on top of that.
Okay.
Ugh, and
18.
then I already used does my Drake attack?
I think it's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action for him to attack.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he takes the dodge action.
Okay, yeah, cool. But he has an infused strike. which he can use his reaction to give me extra damage.
Okay, he can do that.
Another 2d6 of lightning damage because he's in his lightning era right now. You know, he's a little zesty. Another 11
Perfect.
lightning damage.
Perfect.
29.
Nice.
Okay. And then I think I'm spent.
Okay. As you finish up, Lunaria suddenly like her eyes glow like violet, and then a crackle of lightning. She looks at you, Ajara, and goes, "I guess I can do what the dragon does," and releases a chain lightning blast that hits all 4 of the creatures in the chamber. They all have to make
I love that spell.
Yeah, they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Not to talk about the 1E days, but it's definitely been nerfed, but it's still an awesome spell.
Okay. So Lunaria's saving throw is a 9, or like a DC is a 19. All 3 of the insect ones fail. The entity has advantage. Succeeds. It'll take half damage. Lord.
48.
48 points of damage. That's half to the entity. 24. And then each of those take 48 points of damage. All 3 of the entities are suddenly bloodied. The mantis-like entities are bloodied as Lunaria kind of moves to the back, and that takes us to Devin.
Devin is going to cast Circle of Power.
Ooh.
An aura radiates
cool.
from you in a 30-foot emanation for the duration. While in the aura, you and your allies have advantage on saving throws against spells or other magical effects. When an affected creature makes a saving throw against a spell or magical effect that allows the save to take only half damage, it takes no damage if it succeeds on the save.
That's fantastic.
That's cool as hell, Devin.
Okay.
I wish I could have rolled that before the thing hit us all with that death word in it.
That's great. Yeah.
Devin, you're doing a great job.
That's that. And we could just like, that is rolling into this light that you're pushing out. So it's fighting against the light that you're putting into this chamber. And there's suddenly like a surge as that light fills the chamber all the way out. And you feel that protective energy from the Lightbringer radiating from the center of the chamber. All of you have that benefit. So you have advantage on saving throws against spells, and anything that would require half damage, you take no damage.
And I take it that gives me a luminosity point.
It does. Yes, it gives you to everybody. Well, it gives you 3. All right. Anything with your bonus, or you want to kind of stay in the middle of the room? I assume.
Yeah. Bonus actions. Does anybody look hurt?
Me.
I
It's
am
fine,
going
you
to
survived.
Everybody.
in a bonus action healing word at 2nd level.
Okay. Go and roll that as we move to Alistair.
Okay. I'm gonna
16 Atwood.
Thank you.
Oh wait. So it's just something that you all notice is that when each of those 3 entities failed their saving throw, you see like when the chain lightning hits them, small like worms fall off of those like mantises, and the worms all like crawl across the room and get absorbed into the other creature. And so it regains some hit points actually. I missed that ability there.
Yes.
But that's up to you, Alistair. Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting. All right.
Yeah, these are. I'm going to send you a picture of them. They're not fun.
That's absolutely disgusting.
You don't have to. I'll take your word for it.
I'm spending a luck point, so I get advantage and creatures disadvantage against me. I rolled 19 plus, which is a crit for me.
That is a crit for you. Mm-hmm.
I crit on 19 and 20.
Yeah, and there's something else happens when you crit with your weapon.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So if you look under the attack action, it'll say like when you crit, something happens.
It says crit on 19 or 20. Oh, crits cause hit creature to have disadvantage on all attacks until your next turn.
Perfect. Okay, I'll remember that for
And all
this.
attacks against everyone.
So you moved up to the masked entity for this? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, buddy. You and me, buddy.
Bring the pain, Alistair.
So you want me to roll double dice, and then we go from there?
No.
Or
You
just
get
one
max damage.
Oh, okay,
So if you want to burn 2 luminosity, so let's see. You roll your damage die as a D8 for your
Yes.
weapon. Okay, so it's 8 damage plus
Uh-huh.
you burn
10.
2 luminosity. So
Okay.
that is 12 additional. So that's 20 damage. Now
Yep.
now roll a D8 and 2D6.
Okay.
So we're starting with 20,
D8 is 4.
24.
The D6 are 10.
So 34 points of damage, and then plus your modifier, which is 10, so 44 points of
Yep.
damage on the first hit.
I hate this fucking thing, guys.
It is going to use its reaction to attempt to stun you.
Go for it. Try your best. I've dreamt of this moment
Advantage
every
on
night.
the saving throw.
You have advantage on the saving throw. This is technically a spell effect.
Yeah.
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Hey, Mila.
Let's see. Let's see what my con is. 15 plus 9. Pretty damn good.
Okay, yeah. So as you hit it, so it's like this reverse of like sometimes when you try to dazzle somebody, whatever the opposite of that is, like when you become lightheaded and like black sparkles fill your vision, this is what happens as it tries to do that. But then there's something about like the light building from Devon that just like washes over you, and that light, that shadowy spots in your vision just kind of fade away, and so you're free to make your second 2 attacks without the disadvantage that would have, or that would have stunned you. That would have just knocked you out.
Yeah. You tried to take this moment from me, but I think about it all the time, even though I couldn't remember. All right. What if I... Oh, he doesn't get advantage on this one. Here. Ooh, 15 plus. Yeah, that'll probably hit.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, probably fucking hits. 13 damage.
Okay.
And one more. And then one miss.
Okay, 1 miss. Cool. You're the first person to end your turn within 10 feet of this creature. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, no, sorry, Dexterity saving throw. I'll let you know that the DC is 19.
Okay, I spent
With advantage.
You have
spent
advantage
2
on the saving throw.
luminosity, and then I got 2 more luminosity back, so I think I'm at a net even for luminosity.
Yeah, you're at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at 6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I only spent 2.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, what did you say? Sorry.
Dexterity saving throw. I'll let you know the DC is 19.
I'm disadvantaged
This
on
is not
the
a spell. So I don't think...
disadvantage, so it's flat, or does Devon's
But
ability
you get
not count?
advantage for me.
So
yeah,
flat.
so it is.
Inside
Yes, it's
advantage.
a flat roll. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Let's see what that is. That's a 16?
Okay, DC is 19. So within 10 feet of this creature, it can only do this.
10? I can twice prolong this. I can re-roll.
Yes, because you
So-
have your the fighter ability. You can try to re-roll the saving throw.
Yes. Let me re-roll.
Relentless endurance. I think this is called. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then it says reroll failed save with plus 16. What does that mean? Is that just
Yeah. So whatever you rolled, you add plus 16 to it.
hey, 15 plus 16, baby, let's go.
Okay, so I will let you know what was going to happen here.
Okay. Yep.
This is an ability that only takes place when somebody ends their roll within melee range of this creature. It is a ranged spell fighter. It doesn't want things close to it. What happened is that about half of its mass, which is these cosmic worms, fell into the dirt and began were trying to swarm up and overtake you. As they burst out of the ground underneath you, you like swing around with your swords and scattered them. I will let you know that this was going to be 5d8 necrotic damage, and you would be blinded and restrained until the end of your next turn. So that is a very good saving throw to have made. But also that's like everyone else gets a warning there. Do not be close to this creature at the end of your turn. All right.
And I'll use my second one to heal again and then move away from this thing.
Perfect.
A little late, but you whatever.
Move away. Sorry. Yeah, so you can actually, if you're using your second wind and moving away, then this effect wouldn't have happened. But that's fine. We all learned something that's happened there. Yeah.
The valuable lesson was learned by everyone.
Yeah, as you move out of the way with your second wind, that explosion of worms from the ground right where you happens, and they immediately get absorbed back into the creature, which is standing there. Which, seeing you move away, pissed, is now going to try to. He senses the magic that's in the air, but that's all he's got. And so he points a finger in your direction. Alistair, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
With advantage.
You have advantage on the saving throw.
Which I have disadvantage, so it's
a straight roll.
It's a straight roll yet again.
Yeah.
I don't like these dex saves.
Yeah.
And I will, no, I think I'm going to save my second saving throw thing.
Okay.
Because I'm worried about the other things that could come our way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I choose to accept the fail on this because it's like 8 plus 3.
Okay. You take 75 points of damage as a green beam of energy slams into you. If you were a lesser creature, you would have been disintegrated. But all this it like hits your pauldron and burns through, and there's just a hunk of like your right shoulder that just vanishes into space as this beam of energy blasts from this creature in your direction. The other two, they're still on Ajara, Morrison, and Lunaria, so they
fight all the other things, guys.
Yeah, they haven't been able to fly in. So I'm going to go ahead and just make rounds of attacks. There's 3 attacks each. So Ajara, oh god, only one of those is going to hit Ajara. Morrison, only one of these is going to hit Morrison. I'm rolling like shit. And then Lunaria with shield. None of those will hit. So 1 hit each on Ajara and Morrison. Ajara, that is 20 points of slashing damage. Morrison, I rolled a 2 and a 1. That is 11 points of slashing damage. And then both of you succeeded. Oh no. Morrison. The one that actually will not attack you, that attack goes to Ajara. You're charmed by it. It moves to Ajara. So Ajara, you take an additional, because that would also have hit you. You take an additional 11 points of damage.
For Ajara, can I take the, can I use my opposing will?
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know if okay.
Yeah, so you take half of it, I think. So is it 8? Or no, 11, half, 6. You take 6 points of damage. Okay. And Ajara, you take none. All right.
You're welcome.
That is our enemies rounds. Morrison, that takes us to you. There's 3 entities in this chamber that you want to fight, and one is your friend.
Okay, I want to try to fit the 3 entities I want to fight in a 15-foot cube to maneuver to have them in a 15-foot cube originating on me. You
can get 2 of them, or you can get you can get 2 of the winged creatures, or you can get the masked figure. It's removed itself from enough of the group.
I'm gonna get the 2 winged creatures.
Okay.
We got a bonker.
Yeah.
And Morrison packs a bong full of belladonna berries, takes huge hit, and
Breath of belladonna, huh?
Then casts Breath of Belladonna, upscaled. So this is going to be 5d10s, and they have to pass a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw, which is not these guys' strong suit. Con save. Okay, I'll let you know they're adding just +4 to this. And one rolled a 3, which is a 7. The other one did roll a 16, but I think that's still beneath your saving throw.
It is.
Okay, yeah, so both fail.
So that is 29 points of damage to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
As...
Wow.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema. All right.
Bong water!
So-
Into the bath of bong water!
I don't know. I don't think I've ever been able to say this before. How does your like secondhand smoke kill these two entities?
It's honestly just like peaceful. Like they go out. They don't smile, but they just like they fall into the forever sleep. They take a forever nap.
Both of them, the moment they fall, are immediately like Morrisond as a witch is very familiar with the concept of life and death and the cycle of life. You watch the cycle of death overtake these two entities almost instantaneously. They fall, are immediately boiling with worms and maggots, and those worms and maggots run across the room and get absorbed up into the masked creature. They did.
You see, I was hoping the fact that I was using a like smoky gas would like prevent them from healing the creature or taking some of that toxin back to him.
It is one, this creature is immune to being poisoned, but two, it is anytime a creature within 60 feet of them fails a saving throw, they are healed. Because they are beings of pure chaos, and so the whims of fate heal them. All right, but that took 2 off the board. So you guys just have one of the mantises left, and then the masked guy, and he's looking like his mask is a little cracked. All right, that takes us to Ajara. You're muted, Ronnie.
Okay, I'm gonna try to bonus action. Where'd it go? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make an attack with my oath bow. Debating D&D Beyond again. It's just so. Ooh, okay. An 18 plus 12,
hits.
so
Yep.
that definitely hits. That's gonna be.
It's a D8 plus 3d6.
Okay, so that's 9 on the straight attack, 3d6 from the. So an extra 13 damage. Then Hunter's Mark for a d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I can only do Hunter's Mark once per turn, right?
Once per turn. So
Or is it every attack?
I think it's on every attack.
Okay, plus 4 from Hunter's Mark. Okay, hold on. I'm sure I gotta remember. I also do take my reaction from my Drake to infuse an extra 2d6 lightning. So an arc of lightning shoots off my dragon. Oh, that's 1. Damn, that sucked.
So 1 more damage. 153. Okay, cool.
Well, I only rolled 6 damage.
Okay.
From the extra 2d6, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna do an extra attack, one more attack with my oath bow. Okay. It's 22 to hit.
Yep.
And another 11 damage.
Perfect. And it also
So add all that up. I didn't
it
add
also
any of
does
that
the
up.
3d6.
Oh, and another 3d6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime you attack this creature with the oath bow. Until it's dead.
And that's another 11. So I didn't add any of that up. So
Perfect. I got it. Okay. All right.
Good.
So as these arrows are pinging and the lightning bolts flying across from Ajara, Ajara, this is not a creature like what attacked you on your generation ships. It's not a creature like that attacked you in Asale. Those were demonic entities that have very recently, or devilish entities that were very recently birthed into being by the dreams of Caiaphas. This is something even more nightmarish and unknown. But you are pegging it with these arrows that seem to be like hitting it's like it's hitting a solid creature, but anytime you see its essence, it's just massive worms. You get it to the point where it is going to release its limit break. It basically has enough life to try to kill you all. And so I need everybody in the chamber to roll a dexterity saving throw. You have advantage on the roll because of Devin. I will let you know that even with advantage, it is a 19 saving throw.
Can I let my Drake bite him also?
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't use a bonus action, did I?
You made your extra attack with the oath bow. You get 2 attacks with the oath bow?
Oh, thank God.
No, I just have an extra attack.
Oh, Devin!
Yeah. So the Drake can make an additional attack.
I don't know. I'll just
You rolled a 16 and a 20.
That'll hit. That's good. I mean, that'll save. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
What a 21, Josh.
That'll save.
Let's go! Let's fucking go! Me and Devin high-fiving.
Yeah, I love this creature. All of its abilities require saving throws, and any failed saves heal it.
Yeah, it's so cool.
What? Wait, what is the saving? And I'm sorry.
19 dexterity saving throw.
Wow, that's an 18 on the die.
Let's go, Morrison!
And it's a +1 dex for Morrison.
Meets it, beats it.
Go, Morrison.
Oh, I need to do Lennar.
That was without the reroll, but let's see if I get a 20.
Oh, I got a natural 20 on the dex save.
Okay.
Nope,
So
that was
that's,
The
a
only
30
That was a
dex.
nine.
Is
on the other
Lennaria
one,
the
so no.
only one who fails the save?
No.
So his bite attack is attack plus 3 plus
What's that
proficiency
say?
bonus.
No, Lennaria is the only one that fails the save.
Wild.
Only +3 to the dex save, which makes sense. They're a wizard. Okay, so as the
Sorry,
creature
does a 19 hit with a bite for my little guy?
Yeah, you can roll damage. As the creature releases, you just see from both of its like cloak arms, just wings, like just a torrent of worms begin to shoot around the chamber in a swirl, and all of you kind of dodge out of the way from them, except you all see that Lennaria gets overwhelmed by them. Lennaria takes what would have been for all of you 57 points of necrotic damage, is reduced to half, except because of Devin, none of you take damage except for Lennaria.
Let's fucking go, Devin!
So Devin just saved you all.
That was good use of a 5th level spell.
Yeah, Devin just saved all of you from a combined almost 200 points of damage. Lennaria is the only one who takes any. And at this moment, Lennaria is restrained and stunned. Their turn is passed. Devin, it goes to you. You just saw Lennaria take a huge hit. Everyone else is protected by your abilities. This creature, however, is on its last legs. You know you have the ability to hurt it, but it is against Lightbringer training to do so, and you know what the penalties of doing so are. So you can either help or you can try to harm the creature, but you know what the penalty is for harming it.
I got 7 damage in, by the way, just a little.
Upcast cure wounds.
Oh, it should.
It's not giving me the option, but
You
that's
can
okay.
manually mark the spell slot and then
yeah
without clicking the cast button. That's weird.
So 2d8. So I'm gonna upcast it at 4th level to Lennaria, and that's 8d8.
Oof.
So first 2 are an 8 and a 5, so that's 13.
Alistair, you're
4
up
and a
next if you
5,
want to
so
make an
that's
attack.
22. 32. 40.
40. Perfect. Not quite up to full, but that's a huge amount of healing back up for Lunaria. All right. And as this spell goes off, poof, in your direct, Alistair, you're swinging down with one of your blades on the creature. Mhm.
It takes 15 damage. 15.
Okay. Alistair, as the healing magic rushes from Devin, as all of you feel suddenly the protection of the light, Devin completed the ritual blessing this chamber mid-fight. And it saved all of you from a massive amount of damage from this creature that has killed 2 Lightbringers before. How do you kill it?
I think like as Devin's finishing it, I'm like slowly walking up beside Devin, and I put a hand on her shoulder. You did good. Now it's my turn. And I go up to it, and I look at it. You expected me to fail. What you didn't expect is I would change. And like twist the sword around the other sword and then slash like X across the mask.
Nice. As you slash, poof, your attacks are so fast. The first attack doesn't even register. The second one comes through, poof, and a second later, into 4 pieces, the mask explodes out, and all of those worms begin to collapse to the ground, still very much alive.
Morrison, are you still charmed by? Are you Morrison charmed by this thing?
Sorry, the last creature was killed. I left that out. Was killed by the entity in that it's death throes, basically. It only
Does
had
anyone
12.
have?
Yeah.
Anyone have anything that can area this? I don't care if I'm in it.
Oh yeah, just give me a second, hun.
All right, I'm gonna scoot out of the way, Josh. Let me get away from this.
As you're moving, the worms are going to make an attack on you.
Make an attack on me, dumb.
That's a
You
19
stupid
to
ass
hit. That's a
worms.
19 to hit.
Hey, dumbass worms! What the hell's wrong with you?
You take 7 points of piercing
I just
damage.
had my cool moment. Quit hitting
You have
me.
7 points of piercing damage, and you take 15 points of poison damage.
In Thunderwave them?
I'm at 64, which is not good for me.
Oh no, I'll just belladonna them again.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think Constitution is their strong suit.
No, they auto-fail. They auto-fail all saving throws.
Okay, yeah. So
They're slowly beginning to dig into the earth. You get the sense that like they're trying to escape from this.
yeah, so I'm gonna blast them with Breath of Belladonna again, and that's gonna be for 3, 12, 19, 27 points of damage.
Okay. As the cloud of gas rolls across the ground, you just watch worms collapsing into a pile, and then there's nothing left except for the 4 shattered pieces of this bone mask, which Alistair, you're free to pick up. And as you all kind of gather yourself, the blessing chamber here, earlier, Devin, you did not cast light on the stained glass. You just said it must be pretty. But you've cast light here in this entire church. And from behind you, the stained glass has reformed itself. And there is a rainbow of kaleidoscopic colors flashing through this entire building. And even in this space, as distant from the gods as you can possibly be, in the realm of one of them, as far distant from the other 8 as you can possibly be, you feel a little bit closer to safety and a little bit closer to home. as you exit out the back door of this church and find that you are at the entrance to the city of Spiral, a little bit closer to the tower, but a journey ahead of you. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Yay!
Yay!
God,
It's not nice to try to kill your party.
That was satisfying.
I didn't try to kill the party. Hold on a second. I didn't try to kill your party. This tried to kill your party. Nope, that is definitely not what I meant to copy and paste. That was a lore thing. I wanted to copy this picture. This is trying to kill your party. There you go.
I hate that thing.
Yeah. So from a purely player perspective, that is, it has been mentioned to you as players before. When you've seen visions or images of the thing that was on the ship that crash landed in Starfall, this was what was on the ship.
Oh shit, that thing has been there for so long.
Or
That's scary.
This is one of the things that has crashed on the ship. And then this is the text that was in the church. Where is it?
I hate that guy. I'm so glad I killed him.
Here you go. This was the text that was written in the church.
It's the boogeyman.
Guys, thanks for helping me kill that thing.
They did not heed the warning. The threat of that which fell onto the ocean. When it spotted its mycelium roots into the very cage of the primals and screamed of those names of chaos in the world.